Alright, so start off my fourth video and probably my final video on the state of the WBL. Here at the beginning of the season, I'll wait and do some maybe mid-season or towards the end of the season or around the draft time. But gonna do this one on the international complexes for each squad. Um, Not really much going on here at Amsterdam, but we'll just go through a couple players on each team, just so it doesn't take up a ton of time, and look and uh, see internationally what we've got going on in the league. We'll start off with Amsterdam. I'm gonna just go by potential rating here, uh, through the out of the park um, scouting. Let's see, Jose Durango. Not really much going on here. We're gonna go by OSA ratings. Looks like he could be a shortstop. A little bit of contact there. Let's see, Zhang Sung Fu. Keep switching back to my head scout for some reason. Um, a little starting pitcher here. Could have a little bit of a future if you could get that fastball up, which is fastball the miles per hour are low, so you might get that a little higher. Let's see. Still switching back to my head scout. Okay. Jose Martinez, yeah. OU doesn't have a whole lot going on. I think he's been away really, so he hasn't really been in on the bidding wars for the IFAs, so he doesn't have a ton of stuff here. So we'll move on to the next team, Berlin. Berlin has a ton of players. Their best one, potential wise, star rating wise, is Marino Otter Piccolo, starting pitcher. One really good potential pitch in his changeup, and then a bunch of average pitches. But he's only 17, so he's got time. Looks really good control potential, so you can always enjoy that. 2.5 star potential, ground ball tendency, so not bad. It's a good looking prospect. Let's see, shortstop Kang Zhao out of China. Um, let's see, really good defensively. So if his basic batting ratings, the potential pops a little bit. You could be onto something here. He is already 19 though. I like to pull guys up once they hit 18, or if their ratings are showing that they're ready for single A, then I'll go ahead and pull them up. But around 18 years old, I like to go ahead and pull him on up. So he's a little old, in my opinion, for to still be in the international complex. But um, let's see, any bats that I missed out on here? Not much really potential wise. Looks like bats wise, pitchers. There's Piccolo, Alan Jamieson. Uh, Again, high changeup. Bunch of mediocre pitches there. Low stamina, but just 17, so we'll see if he will continue to progress. And that's really the Bomber Bears. Their best prospects. Buenos Aires, they got a couple here. Juan Rodriguez looks like a future reliever. Hold on, let me go let my dogs out there scratching at the door again. Alright, we're back here with Juan. High stamina. If that changeup continues to progress, he could run into being a decent starting pitcher. So we'll have to continue to watch. It does say his future will be as a bullpen. And his hold runners is low. I always pay attention to that. If their hold runners is low, then They're more of a bullpen type guy just because those guys don't have to hold a lot. Gabriel Kit Kat Wasink. Um, 3 good pitches, it looks like. Yep. 3 solid pitches. Definite starting pitcher. High stamina. Above average hold runners. 17 years old. Looks like a decent guy. Paid $450K for him. It's a good signing. Good signing. That's a good prospect for that cheap. Center fielder Harry Shooter or Shooter, depending on how you want to say that. Contact needs some work. Got good gap power, probably mainly because of his speed. Just hit it over the shortstop and keep running. Good defensively. I'm guessing that errors will continue to progress due to his age only being 17. Felipe de France, Haitian. Good possible power. He's got a long ways to go. He is already 18, but he's got a long ways to go to continue to progress. See, he'll just have to keep working. Reginaldo Landera. Yeah, not much there really. Not much there. And Franklin Sutcamp. 55 potential contact. Gonna need those other areas to progress, and his defense. He's already 18, so some guys to keep an eye on. He's got 1 or 2 that you see that could be potentially potential players down the road. But not really much else there. Moving on to Buffalo, who don't have much. They've traded all their prospects away, really. So, yeah. Got a catcher here who, I like these if he can raise his contact. Defense really isn't there. And he's about to be 18 himself. Yeah, if he can get his contact up, he'll be a decent offensive player. Just needs to get that contact up in that defense. Santiago Ortiz, good defensively in center field. He's almost 19 years old, so he could be called up probably to single A. Not much going on with the bat, but if that progresses just a little bit, that defense will make him playable. And another catcher, Jacopo Saro. Average bat, no power. You really want power out of your catcher. At least some semblance of power. That's not going to do. So, not much going on for Buffalo there. Cairo, shortstop Claudio Reyes. Yeah, get that error up. I like his bat for shortstop, and he's got a little speed. And he just turned 17, so he's still got lots of progressing to do, lots of changing. Get that error up, he'll be a good, decent little shortstop. A little higher turn double play as well. Good range already, though, and good potential bat. Good looking dude. Roberto Franco, however, really average bat. Potential center fielder with that 65 range. Really good arm. I say center fielder because he has no power. You really want some power in your corner outfielders, but depending on the rest of your lineup, he could play corner outfield spots. See a bunch of 1-star guys behind him. Eddie Asseldonk, average bat, below average defense. Good range for a second baseman, but the rest of these will need to come up. He's only 16, so he's got time. Dublin, they've got a good number of potential rating guys here. Starting off with Jean Leroy Jenkins, the Grasshopper. Really good bat. First baseman, definitely. Outstanding bat, though. Really outstanding bat. 60s across the board. You're looking at a 300 plus hitter with a 350 plus on base, hitting 30 homers. 25, 30 homers, yeah. Really good bat. Francisco Perez. Um, really high stamina, really high hold runners, but he's only got 2 pitches. And his control needs help, and he needs to be in single A. He's already got 45. Look at his stuff. It's already at 55 and 50. There's no reason for him to still be in International Complex. Come on, Rad. Pull this guy up to A ball. Get him some pitches. Put him in the pen. Put him in the starting rotation. Let him throw the ball. Honorato Prignano. I'm not. Italian names are my worst on this game. I cannot say them. Um, okay stamina, really good hold runners. He's a lefty. Uh, 3 good pitches. Sinker baller, I like that always. Good movement, good control, potential. So, and he's a hard worker. It looks like personality wise. So he'll be a good one to keep an eye on. Just about to turn 17. Catcher Manuel. I don't even know. I'm not even gonna try. Good defensively. Want that ability to get a little higher, but we'll see. Bat would be passable. Um, he could be a starter. Probably want that more as a backup bat, but could be a starter. Let's see, Sereno Lasaka. Um, a lefty, maybe a loogie out of the pen. I don't know. Keep an eye on him. He's also 19. All these guys are old. Rad, you need to pull them up. I don't know what your A ball looks like, but pull them up. Another bullpen type guy. 2 pitches for Sanchez here. Jerry Post. Not much going on. Decent center fielder possibility, but that bat's got a long ways to go. Jorge Quintanilla. Not much there. Defense isn't great. Bat, really, it's not showing much. 19 years old. And Jurg Summers. I actually like this guy. He's 19. All these 19-year-olds, I would already go ahead and pull them on up to A ball. Really good eye, really good avoid Ks. So that'll make that contact look even better. No power, but as a shortstop, you don't really. It's not necessary. You could also play some second base. Turn double play needs to come up. Infield air needs to come up, but it's not going to come up if he doesn't play. So yeah, Rad, pull some of these guys up. Get them some PT. False Bay, big signing here with Vittori Gisolfi, another Italian. I'm just not good with Italian names, but I mean, my scout likes him a little better than OSA actually, but either way, a really good looking player defensively. Yeah, I mean, if you go by my scout's ratings, it's just he's through the roof defensively, through the roof offensive potential. Um, Future stud at shortstop if he meets all those potentials. Even if he doesn't meet his potential bat, you've got this fielding to fall back on. So, I mean, he could lose 10 points at each of these ratings, and he would still be 3-star starting level shortstop. And JD only got him, or only had to spend $7 million to get him. So, fantastic pickup. Really good job there. Igme Soleta. This is second prospect with more than 1-star potential. Bullpen type guy, I guess. You would think if he continues to progress. Not much else bat wise. Not much else pitching wise. So that's about all he's got there. Let's move on to Helsingborg, who's got some really good looking guys. Nicky Pinky Ansley. He just got him in the last international free agency signing period. Bought him for $9.5 million, and for that bat, that defense, and that running, that is really good. Um, yeah, that no power, but I mean, if he reaches those potentials, he'll be like a 350 hitter, 400 on base, 40 doubles. You know, probably looking at 60 or, well, no, probably about 50 plus extra base hits a year. Really good. Ben Terror Mounsey. Really good. OSA loves him. Look at those pitches: 65, 60, 75 changeup. Really great stamina. Really good hold runners. He's a lefty. Reaches that potential. You're looking at a, a really good number two. Um, really good number two, possibly ace. My scout's not high on him. My scout seems to be not. He kind of comes around to prospects a little more. Has to wait for him to get to jail and come up through the system before he starts coming around on him. On a rare occasion, he'll be high on someone like Pinky. He's pretty high on Pinky. He was higher on the guy that JD signed, but Julien Royer. Looks like a good third baseman. A little bit of power, no eye, but decent contact, decent power. Got good speed. Let's see, Andrew Vanderberg. Really good potential first baseman. Not a ton of home run power. Maybe that'll come as come as he ages. He's only 16, but really good eye, really good avoid Ks, really good contact, really good gap. Guess you could get by with a little loss in home run power with all those numbers. So, I mean, Orlando's got a bunch of good prospects here. Catcher, really good catcher. You just wait for that defense. Decent bats, decent batting ratings. I mean, um, possible backup really, but if some of those pop, he'd be a really good starter. Hector Blanco, good defense, average bat. Kind of one of those guys you just wait and see if he'll pop. Pedro Gutierrez, 360 pitches, so that's good. Changed him to a reliever with that 40 stamina, and he would be a 60, 65, 55, 50 guy. As a reliever, his potential would go up another star at least. But could be a starter with those 360 pitches, 40 stamina. He's not going to pitch a ton of innings, but not bad. And Tajaki Sepp, average bat, below average defense, 18 years old. See if he continues to progress. Istanbul doesn't have much, and I'm doing this after the season's already begun, so some of these teams may have had other players that they've already pulled up, so could be missing some of the more other prospects that they had. Good potential shortstop, kind of a low arm, but good enough for shortstop. Bat still needs some help though, so we'll see. And Urs Newell, not much going on with the bat. He's 19, going up on 20. Defense is average, good arm, but yeah, I don't see much else potential-wise here to really get into. So we'll move on to Kabul, my team. I don't really have much in here right now. Jesus Andres, second baseman. I signed him as an outfielder actually, but his infield ratings were higher than his outfield ratings, so I moved him to second base. My scout and OSA kind of flip-flop. They're pretty similar on what he's got going on, but my scout likes his contact and home run a little better. OSA likes his gap power a little more. Defense are both kind of similar. Range shows he could be a shortstop if his arm gets a little stronger, but probably more of a second baseman. Roman Pereira, bullpen guy. Control needs help. Control needs a lot of help. Get up there, Control. Good fastball, good curve. Future bullpen. Colombo Amati, outfielder. Actually, looking at his infield ratings, could be like a second baseman as well. I hadn't really paid attention to that before. He would need to get lots of experience though, as those ratings need some help. But his outfield ratings aren't that great either. So I don't know. He'll get some time at second and in the outfield to help him out. But good contact bat. Not going to strike out much. Not going to walk much or hit many home runs either. So let's see. Colm Himsall. A lot of pitches. A lot of average pitches. Just kind of average overall. Good potential control. Um, just kind of average. We'll see if he'll have to continue to progress. Martin Lopez in center field. Good contact. Defense needs a lot of help. Kind of average bat. Jorge Martinez, starting pitcher. Good movement, sinker baller. Sinker and changeup. Other ones are kind of lacking. Control's lacking, but he's got that good movement because of the sinker. And Craig Willett, another second base type guy. Defense is kind of lacking, sans the range. Bat's okay. Still going to need to progress, but just 16 years old. So he's got time. Yeah. All right, Key West. I know Tony's still trying to work on getting these guys to where he wants them. Carlos Morin was signed in this international free agency period. Good potential second baseman, shortstop if the defensive ratings continue to climb. Only 16. Good contact, good avoid Ks. Other ratings need to jump a little bit. Gareth Tolley, catcher. Yeah. At only 16, he still has time, but he's going to need to really progress. Vegas. Doe Squad. Catcher Oliver Docking. Decent ability. 18 years old. Arm, he's got a weak arm. Really good power, though. Not much of an eye going on. Good gap, good home run power. Contact needs to come up, and he's already durable, so that's good out of your catcher. You like seeing that. Tommy Wise, center fielder, good range. His defensive ratings are already pretty high. Well, he's almost 20 years old, so that would explain it. Another guy that I would go ahead and bring up if you're planning on him being, a part of your future, or, if you're trying to use him. But scouts have serious concerns about his makeup, so maybe you want to keep him away from everybody else. Guy Bairstow, Wildfire. Cutter, slider, change, forkball, all average pitches. A couple of them are slightly above, but 55 still pretty average to me. 60 and above are when you start getting into your good ranges. Good movement though, so he's only 17. Continue to watch him progress. Daniel Castro, another catcher. Another guy that defense needs to improve upon, but his bat looks okay. No eye, but he's got good power. Juan Garcia needs help defensively, average bat. A lot of these guys, it's kind of hard to project where they're going to be. They're just one ratings jump away from being a potential starter one day, and one ratings bump down from being just absolute garbage. So, but you like seeing guys with good defense. You just kind of wait around and hope their offensive ratings popped in, and then you got a future center fielder on your hands, like this guy. 5 to 10 points in one or two areas, and you're good to go. And Kai Murcott, pitcher, 2 slightly above average pitches, low movement, good control possibilities, and average stuff. So, pretty decent little grouping there. Some guys that, you're hoping will turn into more than they are now, or than they're showing now. Lisbon, maybe they called all their guys up because they don't really have much going on here. Jose Hidalgo's got some decent power potential, but the rest of his ratings are going to need a boost for that to even matter. Sorry, Lisbon, I'd like to go over more, but I'm not going to spend time on one-star guys. Potential, let's see, Little Rock. Gerald Balkwill is a Virgin Islander. Good eye and good avoid K and really good defense. would be a really good shortstop. Just get that contact up really, and maybe a little higher gap power. He's 19. See these, these current ratings are a little low. Um, but at 19, you want to go ahead and pull him up and get him some experience. See if he can pull those up. Ovidio Gonzalez, outfielder, probably a corner outfield guy. Kind of average bat, good speed, so base path terror. But oh, how did I miss this guy? Roloff Stoy. Dude, good avoid K. Pretty decent defense. Second baseman. Tight defense. Maybe third base. Um, yeah, not much of an eye. I don't know. We'll see. Just have to see. Moscow. Moscow. Got a couple good potential guys here, it looks like. Starting pitcher Jesus Delgado. Why is he a 4-star? See, I'm doing this. I'm going by potential star ratings just because that makes it easier to look at. But a lot of times I find guys where they have really high potential star ratings, and then you look at them and you're like, why? Um, I don't know why this guy has a 4-star potential starting pitcher. I mean, good movement, good control potential, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't even say he's a 4-star reliever. Um, but that's what they say. So Julio Montoya. Now this guy would be worth 3 or 4 stars. Second baseman, more than likely. It says shortstop. If his defense continues to improve, and he's a baseball rat, so he's going to work on it. We could see really good speed. Still need to work on his base running a little bit, but I like that bat. Not going to strike out much. Going to hit for good contact. If he can get on base, steal some bases, that's what you're looking for. Really good prospect there. Carlos Birkbeck, um, future reliever. Yeah, 40 stamina is like junk at holding runners. Hope those potential pitches come up a little bit and you can use them as a reliever. Gonsun Liang, Chinese, good curveball, decent cutter, really good stamina, so he could be an innings eater out of the pen. That control is scary though. And Maurice Rollins. Now see, this guy I would think is a better starting pitcher than the first guy I talked about, and he's only a star and a half. I don't know. I'm guessing the game really likes control over having good pitches. I don't know, but I like he looks like he could be decent. Holding that control in, maybe get a bump in a couple of these pitches. You're looking at a future good starter. The riggers. Let's make sure we're still, yeah. Omar Quintanilla, um, third baseman. Yeah, third base. Uh, Decent power potential. Overall, bat's kind of average though. So we'll have to see if he'll continue to progress. 17 years old. Kyle Appleby, center fielder. Defense isn't center field level, and bat needs to progress. Yeah, he's got a ways to go. Gabriel Morin, really good defensive catcher, but the bat, he's 19. That's why he hasn't been called up, just because he doesn't look like much bat wise. Another Moritz Mowen. Decent looking bat. Not much defensively on the infield though, but he's only 16, so that's gonna improve. Hopefully the bat improves, but we'll have to see. But I like it when they start off with good contact. Have to see if it continues to grow. Alan Renshaw, not as good defensively as his last catcher, Bat doesn't have a ton either, kind of below average. So see if that continues to grow. And Mr. Vandenberg, Kenneth Vandenberg, another catcher, below average defensively, and not much bat wise. Go on to the Tanners, who probably, I would say them and Helsenberg have the best international complex. The Tanners looks a little deeper. Um, just look at all these potential ratings here. I'm not going to be able to go through all of them, so I'm just going to go through their 2.5+ star guys. I'd spend the rest of the day talking about these guys. Roberto, Last Resort, Luke Anthony, 60 cutter, 70 curve, really good ratings over here, but only 2 pitches. I mean, if you get both of those above 70, though, you could throw him as a starter and see what happens. 60, 60, 60, 4-star potential. Really good looking. I mean, you're talking about like a 65, 60, 60 or 70, 60, 60 reliever. So a good setup man, possibly closer there. If you choose to use him as a reliever. Jesus Cheese Ruiz, like that. That's kind of funny. Uh, Another one of these guys whose ratings over here are good enough for a starter, but he's only got 2 pitches. Um, I mean, yeah, like I said, you're looking at a 65, 55, 55 reliever. Um, I don't know. Depends on how you want to use him. And Sanchez here, Francisco Sanchez, same deal. Same exact deal as the last 2 guys. So his top 3 prospects are all uh, they're listed as starting pitchers, but their home may be more of as a reliever. Ramon Alvarez, here we go. This is more of starting pitching type. Lower stamina, still good hold runners. But you got 260+ pitches, 55, show me changeup, good base potential ratings for old Blue there. Kane Hain, another pitcher, another 2-pitch starter. This guy's definitely got bullpen written on him, in my opinion. Easton Hinton, Easton, however you want to say it, another 2-pitch pitcher. Um, the Tanners have, yeah, Zach Mills is definitely all over the 2-pitch starters here. But I think he runs he's only putting his starters out there for 4 innings, and he uses his relievers a ton. So that may be his plan of attack to the WBL. Load up on these really good relief pitchers and just throw guys out there for an inning or 2 at a time. He's got some good ones stocked up waiting, so might not be a bad idea. Jack Sweetapple, good looking defensive shortstop. Bat needs to come along. My head scout likes him a little more than OSA, but he looks like a decent looking prospect. And Anson Sykes, another middle infielder. Definite shortstop. Love those ratings. High range, high turn double play. Definite shortstop. Really good speed. Kind of an average bat, but we'll see if that continues to progress. And Soul Glow. One more team. Stefano Two Shoes Pirleone. Starter. Love that high control. Pitches aren't real great, but maybe though if they pop to go with that movement and control, then you're looking at a really good pitcher. Um, just kind of hope these kind of stay there, and then this stuff comes up. His fastball is a 50 with 88 to 90. If that gets up to like 95, 96, see that fastball get up to like 60, then you got 360 pitches to go with that movement and control, and you're in you're in good shape. Davey Shook, 2-pitch guy, probably a bullpen guy, really good slider, good movement with that slider. So Ramon Acosta, third baseman, possible home run power, but not a ton. And last but not least, Zach Hebdich. Decent looking bat, actually. First baseman. Good eye, good home run. Pop that contact a little bit, and you're looking at a future starter, possibly. So, yeah, not bad there. Not bad overall. Couple really good prospects there for Seoul. Um, yeah. Well, that's it on the international complexes, and we'll upload this one, and that'll be it for a bit. If you want to tell me any videos you'd like to see me going over, feel free to let me know. All right, later.